Good afternoon, everybody. I'm judging myself. I didn't throw away my Diet Coke. Now y'all busted me on a Friday. I've had my Diet Coke. Hey, everybody. Welcome, welcome. I see some of you are popping on. This is an unscheduled live just because I was feeling pretty energetic after I finished the lesson. And I can't tell it all in the lunchtime live video. So I wanted to come on and just chat for a couple minutes. And I wanted to share 3 common struggles of all, and I'm gonna say all, that's wrong, of a lot. Most Sunday schools, church schools, Christian education are struggling with the same 3 things. And I think a lot of times we get really lost in our own thing. And we think that we're the only one who, hold on, let me take this down. I don't work for them anymore, so I don't promote for free. I don't promote for free. That's a rule. So I hope it wasn't in my other video. Ha! But they gave me 18 good years. I would like to appreciate the Contour bottle for 18 amazing years of my life. All right. But I wanted to just talk about some challenges that we're all kind of facing. And I think it's important to talk about it and be in the same space, especially, yeah, Brother Cornelius, you are number 1. Thank you for being here. But just to kind of share, and I'm interested in things that you're struggling with in your Sunday schools as well. So I don't care what your role is. I don't even care if you're a student. Tell me what your struggle is in Sunday school. If you're teaching, if you're thinking about, whether your church is back in person right now. Y'all know my hair does what it wants to do, and I tell it lay down. Whether you're back in person, whether you're still doing virtual, these numbers are moving back up. And so some churches are making different decisions. So share with me struggles that you're having, things that you're thinking about, maybe even where your head is as it relates to, what does post-pandemic Sunday school look like? Or what does post-pandemic church school look like? Or how will I continue to provide ministry in these spaces? I'm interested. You can just drop those in the comments and I can see you are here. Virtual attendance, Sister Pamela Brown. I think that is very real. And I'm a teacher too, so I get it. Like virtual attendance it's been interesting because I picked up some that I didn't have before, but I lost some that I didn't have inside of the space before. So let's see here. Brother Reggie Wells, we will pray for you. And we generally prefer these kinds of messages to come to our inbox for personal assistance. And so please feel free to send an inbox and not to use our comment section to share. Let's see here, so that I don't put all your stuff out there. I want to make sure that I don't put your business out there. And so help me by making sure that you go to my inbox with that. But anyway, hey, Sister Alberta Johnson from Jackson, Mississippi. You're vision impaired and you want to get on for the summit. Sister Carmen, that's I'm not sure how to work through that. If you can inbox me with other ways that you are participating in things that are virtual, I can tell you one of the things I am excited about is we have made some accommodations for our hearing impaired audience. And so you started to see that on Fridays, we do have an interpreter, an ASL interpreter with us on Fridays. And I'm so excited about that. That's been really, really great. But the vision impairment, tell me more about that and how we might consider that. Let me know what that looks like. Anybody else sharing with me just your struggles recruiting committed Sunday school teachers? Oh, Sister Peggy, thank you so much. It's on its own page. This Texas humidity is not kind to me. It's not. Nobody's humidity is kind. South Carolina did me real bad. Brother Cornelius, South Carolina did me very badly when I was in Greenville. That first day, I didn't know, but I know now. All right. So here are 3 common challenges. And I think that, again, no matter who you are, where you are, we're dealing with sort of the same thing. The first is lack of student interest. And I think that that is playing out in a couple of different ways now. So I think it was Sister Brown who talked about like virtual attendance and how are you engaging the student interest? How are you getting students to class? How do they know? How are you getting them to be interested? And how, like for me, I really have to work hard. And my class is amazing. Let me just say the fireside is amazing. But I, over the years, have had to develop as a teacher to know that I am creating community and I'm creating a space for learning, it is not my job to create entertainment. And so I've removed that pressure from myself to feel like I have to entertain somebody in order to get them there. I like incentives and things like that, but I don't overly believe in pay for performance systems in Sunday school. I really am now challenging myself more to create a space where people feel comfortable, where people want to be, where they want to contribute, and where they feel like they are learning. And so that has been a personal area of development for me, because I spent a lot of time like, well, if I do this and if I have this activity and maybe they'll come, like I wore myself out on activities. And so again, my focus right now is like that whole life application. And because of the group I teach, I can do that, right? If I taught young people, like children, I would have to think very differently, but I teach young adults. And so for me, that has been my personal developmental area. So I can appreciate that. But yes, developing a shared vision and implementation as a team for your youth and your teams. I love that, Mother Bradshaw. Yes, Brother Nelson, we have to pay attention just like a waiter would. And what is it that, how do our students best benefit? What do they enjoy? And quite frankly, I have literally made students a part of the solution. For me, that is part of taking that pressure off. Like I have to perform. No, like this is our community. What do you want it to be? And I love that even in our teen class, like that was one of the things that I think that they did well when they were revamping, even down to the designing of their room. They designed their own room. They came up with their own class name. Like give people some skin in the game. And when you look at what does it take to create interest, have your students help create the community that they want to be a part of. What does that look like? What are your ground rules? What do you value? How will you facilitate conversation? Like all of that becomes a part of it. Oh, Sister Kitty, you do Sunday school every Sunday, and I appreciate that with us here, and I appreciate that in the virtual space. But yes, it is hard, Sister Johnson, to get adults to attend Sunday school. Youth teachers would tell you it's hard to get young people. The summer has been hard, whether you are virtual or in person, with family travel and vacations, and we were just happy to be back together again. And then as we go into the fall, young people are going to have sports, they're going to have other things. And a lot of these, assuming that fall sports happen, with the numbers doing what they're doing, but assuming that any fall sports happen, sometimes we even run into things where they are scheduling events for the school on Sundays. There's like they don't have any off limits days anymore. So all of those are issues. I'm not even overly here today to solve all the issues of the world. I want to talk about these top 3, and that was number 1. But I also want to let you know that there is nothing that you put in the comments that isn't going to be addressed at our conference this year. And I wanted to use this space to talk about challenges, but I also want to invite you to ask me any questions that you may have about the STEP Summit 2021. It is taking place on September 17th and 18th. The link for the conference is in your description box. There are 20 speakers at this year's conference. Like when I tell you, it has been prayerfully designed to deal with our top 3 challenges and so much more. I've asked God to help me think about and anticipate how we can get ourselves ready to minister as we look at what's next. Like this last year has been a lot, and we've spent time, focusing on how can we be and deliver our best in the virtual space. Now we're into a space of hybriding. Some of us are still virtual. My church had our very first in-person Sunday school last Sunday. So we are now going into week 2 of hybriding, and that felt very different. Last week, just honestly getting back in the door for 7 o'clock. That may not seem like a big deal, but we haven't done that in 18 months. So to make sure, teachers came in early to set up classes and all that, but Sunday morning was not without its kind of delay for a couple of minutes, because we were just trying to get our sea legs back under us again. And so what does that look like? I have an assignment to the virtual space. So now I have my regular class, and I'm also managing our virtual students. So every church is having to think about, like, what does that look like? And so we want to talk about that in the conference. In the link I also gave you, people are asking, well, who are the speakers and what are the topics? It's all out there. If you're visiting stepsummit.com, it's all out there for you. Every speaker is listed. Every topic is listed. Over the next week, you will see an update to the agenda that will tell you when each speaker is speaking. But I also have to tell you this. You're either at the conference or you're not, meaning that although you'll be able to see all of the classes, it's not like I can choose, I only want to come to the class that's about hearing impaired, or I only want to come to the class that's about setting. And Mother Bradshaw, there is a class specifically about setting vision for Sunday school. So this year's summit is divided so that there are 3 tracks. You are welcome to join the pastoral/superintendent or Christian ed leader track. There is a track for those who teach young people. That would be children, youth, teens. And then there is a track for adult teachers. And again, all of the topics are present with the speaker cards on the speaker page, but we're literally digging in, if you're teaching young people, how do you get parents to help make that connection so that you're not just teaching on Sunday, but they're literally making those connections and teaching at home past the book? How are you building relationships with parents to do that? How are you creating lessons that expand outside of the book? What resources, what tools are there? This team is so ready to help. You will notice an increased focus on ASL. So there will be an interpreter present for at least a couple of the workshops, but also there is a specific workshop on that. There are going to be some great leadership modules. I am so excited about every speaker, and there's diversity in our presentation team this year because we are all trying to figure it out. So I'm really excited about Laurie Acker, who is going to specifically present on how do you get volunteers in ministry? How do you get people who will come and commit and be a part of that team with you? That's challenge number 2 that so many churches are facing, whether it's in Sunday school or any other ministry. It's a shortage of teachers or workers, right? And the real issue is you don't just want a warm body in a space. You don't want anyone who doesn't have the spirit of the ministry or the attitude to serve in that space. But how do you know that you are attracting the right kinds of God-called teachers and workers and not just people taking up spaces? When you don't have the right person in there, it comes across in everything that they do. And it's systemic, right? If that teacher is not feeling it, trust you me, the students are not feeling it either, and it will only hurt you. So how do you get volunteers? How will you keep them motivated? How do you increase the effectiveness with your current volunteer staff? We are going to deal with that in the STEP Summit. Yes, Sister Rhonda, it is going to be phenomenal. And I'm going to say again, this is not, I did Zoom last year. God blessed us. This was all still fairly new, figuring out this digital space. And he blessed us to do Zoom with almost 400 people and never have an issue. I bless God that we were not hacked. The system did not go down. We didn't have to restart the call. It worked like a charm. We were able to get to our breakout classes. It was fantastic. But I love God because he just shows me new things. And I'm always like, for real, God? That's what we're going to do? God, now you know I can't do all that. And he says that this is the way we're going to go. And so this year's conference is powered by VFairs. It is not a basic Zoom call. When you register, this is important. Register yourself with your own email address. I'm going to sound like a broken record for the next 28 or 29 days. Every individual must be signed up. Every individual must have their own email address. You will not be able to share a meeting password with anyone. Your single email address, if you give it to anyone else, it will lock you out of the system because it is designed to let one device in per individual. So let others know that they need to get signed up if you want to be present for this conference. Every individual, even if you have a group, and thank you for the groups that have signed up. There are churches that have signed your teams up. Thank you for that. But when your church signs up your teams, every individual person needs their own individual email address, and that is how you will receive access into the system. The last thing that most churches or Christian ed departments, church schools are struggling with is just training, right? There is not a lot of training in this space. And here's why I know that it's important. Not only for me, I can tell you, I'm not an educator by trade. I didn't take any education classes in college. I don't have any education degrees. I consider myself a regular person who says yes to a ministry call. I believe that God gives me to teach scripture and he shows me things inside of scripture. But as it relates to all of the language that goes with the space of education, and I have a ton of educator friends. My pastor's a principal. My best friend is an educator. My closest friends are principals and they are school teachers. That's not me. I have a business undergrad, I have a business master's, and I have a law degree. That's it. So when I think about what it takes to understand how to develop as a teacher and some of the strategies that we can use as individuals, we don't get enough of that, right? And that's why some people are either intimidated in their teaching assignment or they don't feel very confident in the work that they do. And so we want to make sure this conference is designed to train teachers, to train superintendents. How do you set vision? How do you set strategy? How do you set those parameters that help you know and to make decisions about whether your program is effective? How do you have the courage to make a change if you need to do that? We're talking about everything in STEP Summit. And so again, if you're a pastor or superintendent, there are classes designed just for you. If you are a teacher, adult teacher, classes for you. Youth teachers, your track is so amazing that like I don't even teach young people like that, and I can't wait for these presenters. Sister Ruby Nell, yes, Laurie Acker is an amazing woman of ministry, and I'm so excited to have her. Thank you so much, Superintendent Kennebrew. If you all have questions, hey, Lady Victory, glad you're on. Let me know what questions. I'm really here. Not only I've shared the 3 challenges, that's lack of student interest, shortage of teachers, and needing teacher training. That's why this conference is here. What questions can I answer for you about the conference? Every time that you see listed as Central Standard Time, we are going to start, we'll open up the platform at 1 p.m. Our sessions don't begin until 3 p.m., but I'm telling you again, this platform is interactive. It is animated. You'll be able to visit all the different spaces inside of it. If you've ever been to a V-Fairs event, you know that you get to move yourself around the platform. There will be a help desk present, but it is very techy. I mean, it's nothing that you can't do. You'll just look and point and click, but you can go into the auditorium. You'll be able to go into the exhibit hall. You'll be able to visit, what else is there? Oh, there's a lounge there. There are all sorts of spaces that you're going to be able to enjoy. And every space has been thoughtfully designed to create an epic virtual experience. This is not Zoom. This is an epic virtual experience. And so, yes, I want you to be there. Pastor Henson, thank you so much for your team of, I believe, 5 people that are attending. And yes, every individual has their own email address. Sister Patrice, you're an assistant principal, former teacher, but this is so very different. You love the resource. Wonderful. Thank you for that. And that's affirming for me as well. Oh, one of the other popular questions is replays. And so general general registrants will have access to the platform for 3 days. For 3 days, you can get in, you can bop around, you can look at everything you want to look at. If all of the sessions are being recorded, all sessions are being recorded, you will be able to attend a session at the given time. And if there's something else that you wish you had been able to go to, guess what? You're going to have 24-hour access to the platform. Go back in. You can rewatch something you went to. You can go to something that you may have missed and catch its recording. You just cannot engage with the speaker. At all of the live sessions, you will be able to engage with the speaker. But yes, you can go back and replay. For those of you who are VIP, you will enjoy an extended access. So you will enjoy at least 2 weeks of extended access play to the platform. And we'll talk about the opportunity maybe to gain extended access if you are a general registrant. For those of you who are VIP, your VIP kits, everybody wants to know, when are they going in the mail? They are targeted to go on Monday, September. Nope, Monday is that Labor Day? I think that might be Labor Day. If that's Labor Day, just know that Tuesday morning I'll be at the post office. But they're being packaged that weekend. And oh, Dr. Byron Williams, we're excited to have you. I'll talk about you in just a minute. But those boxes will go out. The kits are I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And yeah, I hope that you will enjoy everything that's in it. You will receive a printed copy of the participant guide. For those of you who are general members, you get access to the platform and you'll be able to download the participant guide. But the VIPs, you'll have a hard copy. You have your conference gift. You have some other goodies inside of that box. And many of our presenters and our exhibitors have shared things with you as well, and those will be included in the VIP box. One of those exhibitors is Dr. Byron Williams, who lives in Maryland, and he has a book entitled The Promise is Still Valid, and he and several others actually have booths in our exhibit hall. And so I think there may be 3 booths left. If you are an entrepreneur, if you have a product that you want to get in front of several hundred people in one fell swoop, I encourage you to reach out to me today. I left you that link as well in the description box that tells you how to become a part of our virtual vendor fair. And I know some people are like, well, what does that mean? It literally, think of it like being at a traditional conference where you have a booth and people walk up to it. You will be able to custom design your own booth. I've done one for a couple of events, and usually I drive traffic to my website. I drive traffic to my YouTube channel. I may share a free download. These booths give you the opportunity to schedule meetings and do client meetings or potential client meetings to share with others. There's a lot of flexibility, a lot of bang for your investment buck if you are a vendor of any sort. Now, please, I encourage you to make sure that this is the right audience, that this is something that our audience would enjoy. But yes, we still have 3, I think, booths available. So reach out to me through that link. Look at the link because there are lots of ways to share your business. It could be simply sharing a flyer about your business, again, with several hundred people. For $49, I can put your flyer in front of several hundred people. I keep telling folks, I'm not selfish. God has blessed me with access to his people, and where I can share with you and take you on my journey and help you to grow, because God has given a lot of us wonderful, witty ideas and inventions and creations. I want to help you share it with other people. But the way to do that is by going out onto the link to look at the options to become a virtual vendor. Maybe you want to share a flyer. Maybe you want to share your product with our VIPs. Maybe you want a whole booth because you realize that you may not get several hundred people in a virtual space like this again anytime soon who are here for this purpose. So make sure that you check that out if you are a vendor. Oh, you set your booth up today, Dr. Williams. I cannot wait to see it. I feel like, oh my goodness. Again, every day for me is just, this is live, LB. I'm answering questions right now. You are on the live. I'm on for just a few more minutes. Let me know. I'm looking for any questions about the conference. If there's anything I can answer, I will do it. VIP is sold out. That's one question I get. VIP is sold out. We had to cut it off at some point. General registration, right now, I am planning to leave it open until the 15th. I've already talked with the meeting planner, and they need the list because, again, everybody needs their own email address. And so after the 15th, we will have submitted that list so that we are live and are ready to go live on the 17th without issue. Again, replays will be available of the conference. General participants, 3 days, knock yourself out, 24 hours a day, you got it. And then for those who are VIP, you'll have the extended access. How do you register? Because all you see is WordPress. Let me drop it in here. Oh, let's see if I can do it. There it is. It's stepsummit.com. I just dropped it in the comments. And there should be several. There you go. You should be able to use that. And it should take you to the registration site. If you have issues, just email me directly at thatsundayschoolgirl@gmail.com, and I'll see what the issue is. I'm having too much fun on the live right now, so I can't see, but the website should be fine. It was fine earlier. Reverend Nelson, woo woo. Yeah, so pastors, share it with other pastor friends. Share it with other pastor friends. And, pastors, I think about it this way. it's an investment in your Sunday school team. But if you think about the fact that you don't have to put together the training, it's all here for you. And so there is some value in here in the fact that you don't have to schedule it, get presenters, you're not paying honorariums, you don't have to pay rent fee anywhere, you're not feeding anybody. You're simply making an investment that I promise you will deliver return. I think all of us, if we think about where we're going to invest, we want to know that there is a return. I promise you that as we are becoming better leaders and serving God's people, there has not been a year. In fact, if you've been in previous years, please drop a comment. There is not a year that someone has not said that this blessed them. So you will see it actually on the website, real feedback from last year's conference. Sister Alexander, general registration is open right now at $89. General registration is $89. VIP is sold out. Oh, there's one more thing. This has not come out yet. I saw that they sent me the proof of it. I'm just telling y'all here. You heard it here first. They sent me the proof. I think I need to approve it today. It'll be up by Monday. Saturday night, the 18th of September, Saturday evening at 5 o'clock p.m. I'm sorry. That's somebody at my door. 5 o'clock p.m. 5 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time will be Sunday School After Dark. That is Sunday school for young people. So not only is there training in the conference, but we are literally going to model for you how to facilitate successful virtual classes, and we're going to break it up. So I have 3 presenters on Saturday evening. I have Sister Angela Marks, who I think is just phenomenal. If you're not already following her youth ministry, children's ministry on Instagram, if you do children's ministry, you teach children, find Sister Angela Marks. She's going to teach for us with our elementary students. Sister Micah Payton from Saturday morning Sunday school is going to teach our middle schoolers. If you're not following her ministry, if you teach children ministry to elementary, I'd say middle schoolers, Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Central, she goes live on Facebook and on YouTube. And there are literally children teaching the lesson, and they are phenomenal. Last week, they had Minister Elijah Priestley, and I still need to go back and figure out everything he said, because he legit is a whole prodigy. I want to say he's 14 now, and he's about to graduate from college. I'm not being facetious. He is already enrolled and about to graduate from college, and he's not 15. So yeah, she's with us. And then Reverend Sarita Collins is going to teach our high school class. That will be a free event for young people, but you will need to sign up. I just told you it's not out there yet. They just sent the proof for me to look. But over the weekend, by Monday, you should look for them to sign up. And again, free for them. They will need to sign up, and part of the sign up is so that we can know what class they are to go to. So yes, he attends Southern University, Sister Lewis, absolutely. And I know Minister Priestley's parents. His father is from Kansas City. We're from the same hometown, same Kojic jurisdiction, and our forever funny with each other is in 1989, he was Mr. Purity, and I was Miss Purity. We both won the pageant. So he's my forever Mr. Purity, and I'm his forever Miss Purity. So love the Priestley so much. But do check out all of those individuals. But I'm so excited to offer something for young people. And then those of you who are registered for the conference will have access. So if you're a teacher and you want to see what do these teachers do that creates excitement, what resources are they using, you'll be able to log in. I do not need adults participating in the children's lesson, but you'll be able to observe those teachers. And who knows? I didn't ask them this yet. I'm going to probably put them on the spot, but maybe if you want to ask them questions after the lesson is over, maybe they'll be willing to stay on for a couple of minutes and answer questions from their teaching styles. So that's the plan. Let's see. You heard something about 50, but you think it's for ads. Yes, LB, $49 is if you want to share your business by way of a flyer, and that is all of that's in the comments. So if you check it out, the lowest level to become a sponsor is $49, and then it goes all the way up to having a whole booth. And Dr. Williams has the whole blow out the whole situation booth. So it's going to be great. I just wanted to come on and talk about it because I needed to get it out. This is exciting. So if there are no more other questions, just know the 3 challenges we're all fighting with: student interest, we're all fighting with shortage of teachers and workers, and we're all fighting to have training for our teachers. And we're going to bring you that in the STEP Summit 2021. So I love y'all so much. Please get registered. Here's the last thing I'm going to say, and I've been saying this for a couple days. On September the 19th and 20th, mark my word, I'm telling you today, there will be people who are kicking themselves, and they're going to be like, why didn't I get signed up? And they're going to see us trending on the internet, and they're going to see all the excitement, and they're going to hear people talking, and they're going to go, why didn't I? Trying to save you from being one of those people. So get registered, get registered, get registered. I love y'all so much. And I always want to end with saying thank you. Thank you for allowing me to serve you. Thank you for allowing me to be in this space. And thank you for always supporting. So share this information with someone and let me head out. Y'all enjoy the rest of your week. Have a great, great, great weekend. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. And I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.